amigos, and welcome to the For Diego's Hot Topic. I'm Rodrigo Rodriguez. With me today is Warren Diego. We've got Vinnie Venezuela and Carlos Alberto Diego. Well, foreign investment is a hot topic at the moment in the A-League, with Central Coast Mariners being pursued by a couple of Chinese Super League clubs, and there's also foreign investment in Brisbane Roar and Sydney FC. The big question, Carlos, let's start with you. Is foreign investment a good thing for the A-League?
Well, if the option is for clubs to fall over and not have a club in a region, I would think foreign investment is very, very good for the competition.
Yes,
look, obviously in the ideal world, that if you'd like Australians owning Australian clubs, because the motivation's there, the motivational incentive to do something for the communities are there. The foreign investors would, I suppose a talking point would be, why would they want to invest in Australian football? It couldn't just possibly be for the talent, I'm not sure. But I think the bigger question is, why do they want to invest, and what's their motivation behind it, and how long are they going to be here? Because I think if there's a choice of clubs falling over or not, I would take the latter, because I would want the clubs to survive, and if foreign money does that, that'd be great.
Yeah, I would hope that it's not fire sale prices, Carlos, because I'm a little bit surprised at the timing, because the signing of the new television deal in the A-League was meant to take the financial burden of the salary cap away from clubs.
There's a lot more than the salary cap that's got to be...
Yeah, but you would have thought that would have enabled clubs to work through their issues over the next 12 to 18 months and then look for capital investment that would improve the club. One of the things about this investment with the Central Coast is it's paying off debt initially without necessarily, improving the club. It's really stabilising them financially, which is a good thing. But you'd like to see that the A-League clubs are also getting investment that improves, training facilities, the training of local kids and that type of stuff. And it seems like this investment could possibly be around, players and the development of young players on the Central Coast, which would be a really good thing for the competition.
What surprised me was, Central Coast have sold so many players lately that I thought they were going to buy a foreign investor. But it's obviously worked the other way. Now, quite honestly, I'm okay with the whole thing as long as it's managed by the A-League and so that long-term investment stays there and it doesn't disrupt the club. We don't want investors pulling out and then leaving people hanging.
But this is where the point about why are they doing it? Why do the Chinese consortiums, why do the Indonesians want to come here? Now, of course, the Indonesians with the Bakri Group, that's all about the interest throughout Asia on the back of football. There's a business model that's not necessarily football-related that they're trying to really bring along here. The Chinese Super League clubs. Now, you mentioned talent. I mean, they've sold Rogic, and there's a couple of other young guys that have been Mustafa Amini and so forth. But these are clubs that actually can buy a Drogba for millions of dollars and pay him $300,000 US a week. They could buy any player in the world. So I'm not quite sure. It's a little bit, confusing for me about why they would want to invest. But look, again, we'll take the money if it's there and they're here to stay.
At the end of the day, any investor does it because they can make a quid out of it. We get
Absolutely.
Foreign investors in all sorts of industries and areas of our economy anyway, so having them in the world game is no different. It's all a matter of how, the sorts of rules that are in place to make sure that they do, that they work well with our people, I guess, and hopefully it's win-win for everyone.
Nicholas Anelka and Didier Drogba are going to act as consultants to the Central Coast in the negotiations with the Chinese Super League clubs, which will work really well for them, I'd say.
Well, head office, David Gallup, the CEO of the A-League, has basically come out and said that it's a fantastic thing for the game. It probably means that we don't have to fork out.
One less club for the A-League to manage.
Yeah, but very, very different to the attitude of Ben Buckley, who apparently they were very, sceptical of foreign investment. So it's interesting the change of view at the FFA too. Maybe, like you said, David Gallup is just one less headache, and the fact that there's one less club going under his reign, especially within the first couple of months, I think that's something that gives him a sense of relief.
Geez, Carlos, I wonder what Bob Cattle would say about all this.
That's
right. That's right.
I'm sure he'll have something to say, Vinnie Venezuela. So there you go. Foreign investment in the A-League is a good thing if they're adding value. That is, I think that's probably the...
And they're here to stay for a while.
And they're here to stay for a while.
We say the same thing about Carlos. He's good as long as he adds value.
Absolutely, absolutely. Well, that's it for the For Diego's Hot Topic. Until next time,
Olé!